The learnings of Nishmas, Etta, Ahuva, Yaakov, Maseches Nazir, Perik Beis, Mishna Aleph. Harini Nazir min hagroigris umin hadvela. Someone says, I am a Nazir from dried figs or from pressed figs. Now we know that a Nazir is only from yayin, but over here he said from figs. Beishamai oimrim Nazir. Even so, he's a Nazir. Beishamai holds like Reb Meir Shita, who says, Ina oda moitze dvarav levatala. When a person is makdish, or in our case, someone is making himself into a Nazir, he wouldn't use words for nothing, and therefore he obviously wants to become a Nazir. So when he says Harini Nazir, he's making himself into a Nazir. That which he said min hagroigris and min hadvela, from figs, so he obviously now is retracting it, and he does not want to become a Nazir. But Beis Shammai is the shitasai that holds that hegdish b'tois have a hegdish, and therefore a person, we don't say that he's mischaret and the naziris doesn't work. Rather, we say that even if it was b'tois, it would still be chal, and therefore, because of those two facts, Beis Shammai holds that when someone says, I am a Nazir from figs, he's not saying it for no reason, and he holds Ein she'ela behegdish. We don't say charata by hegdish. Hegdish b'tois is a hegdish. So because of that, he holds that over here he's a Nazir. Beis Hillel argues on both of those things, and therefore he holds Ein Nazir. He holds that if a person doesn't make Naziris the regular way, or in Kadshim it would be if he is giving something to hegdish and he's not misnadiv kederech misnadiv, it wouldn't work. So then over here, he is not a Nazir at all. The third sheet in the Mishnah is Amar Rabbi Yehuda Afkish Amru Beis Shammai Le Amru Ela Ba'oime Harei Hein Alai Kekarbon. So the Tanakama B'das Beis Shammai held that he's a Nazir. Rabbi Yehuda B'das Beis Shammai says he's not a Nazir, but it's as if he's saying Harei Alai Kekarbon, that I'm answering myself from groigris and dvela, and therefore, like Nidarim, he's not going to be allowed to eat these figs. Mishnah Beis. So this Mishnah is very complicated to read, but we'll do our best to simplify it. Omar, the person says, Amra parazu hareini nazira imaymedes hani, that this cow is thinking that it's not going to stand up, and I am going to become a Nazir if it doesn't wind up standing up. But the Gemara explains that he's saying, I'm going to become a Nazir from the para. Another similar to in the last Mishnah where he wasn't making Naziris from wine, he was making Naziris from figs. This Mishnah is a continuation and is saying that he's not making Naziris from wine, he's making Naziris from the basar of the para if the para doesn't wind up standing up. Or Omar Hadelas Hazeh Harini Nazir Niftachani. This door is thinking that it's not going to open up, and the same thing, I'm going to become a Nazir from the door if it doesn't wind up opening. And Lamaisa, the para winds up standing up, the door winds up opening. So according to Beis Shammai, he's a Nazir. He's l'shitasei from the last Mishnah, that the same way when he said min hagroigris min hadvela, he's going to become a Nazir. So over here also when he says from the basar of the para or from the deles, which those things normally doesn't pass Naziris, he's going to be a regular Nazir meyayin. And even though the animal winded up standing up and the door winded up opening, we say the kavanah in his Naziris was that I'm going to be a Nazir if I don't wind up opening it up, and I didn't wind up opening up the door, and I'm going to be a Nazir if I don't wind up picking up the animal. I didn't wind up picking the animal, it picked up itself. So therefore, the Naziris is chal. Beis Hillel Imrim ain't a Nazir. Beis Hillel argues for two reasons. First of all, Beis Hillel in the last Mishnah would hold b'chal, he's not a Nazir unless he says Hareini Nazir min hayayin. And over here, the Gemara explains that even if you want to go l'divrei Beis Shammai, I still hold it's not going to be a Nazir because at the end of the day, the animal did wind up standing and the door winded up opening, so therefore, he is not a Nazir. Omar Rabbi Yehuda, same as last Mishnah, Afkish Amar Beis Shammai Amar El Ba'oime Harer Parazu Alai Kekarbon Imaymedes Ani. That according to Beis Shammai, it's not going to be a Naziris from Yayin, it's only going to be a Naziris that he's going to be Asar like a, it's only going to be like a neder that he's also like a carbon.